Hello, this is Maroti and this is my second lab report on MATLAB. So in this we'll plot different types of functions and graphs. So in this first I've written an if-else-if end statement over here, and this enables us to go to the part of the function which we want to plot. So let's just run this code first. Yeah, and as you can see many options will come out. So first I want to see the unit step function, so I'll enter 1 and then it will go to this part of the code, and I've written some code over here for making it a unit step. And first we'll ask the value of time over here. I'll enter it from -5 to 5, and I found a plot should come up now. Yeah, as you can see a figure window has opened up, and in this we can see unit step, continuous time and discrete time functions. So now let's go to rectangular pulse by entering 2. I'll enter 2. It will go to rectangular pulse. I've written some part of code. It will ask the values of time again. I'll enter it from say the -4 to 5, and rectangular pulse should open up. Yeah, as you can see this is rectangular pulse for continuous and discrete time. Now let's go to next, that is signum function. By entering 3, I'll enter 3, it will go to signum function. It will go to this part of the code. Signum function is basically -1 for all negative values and +1 for all positive values, and I want this plot to be from -5 to 5, and signum function for continuous time and discrete time will pop up. It is here and it is 0 for 0. So let's go to ramp function. By entering 4, we'll go to ramp function, and I've written some code. It will ask first the input for time. I'll enter from -10 to 10, and by entering this you will see ramp functions. So then let's next go to sinusoidal function. For that I have to enter 5. I'll enter 5. It will go to sinusoidal function. It will ask the values of time. Sine is basically an inbuilt function in MATLAB, and I take this range from say -15 to 15 time, and let's see. Yeah, as you can see both sine function is plotted for continuous time and discrete time. Now at any point of time, if I enter 0, I'll exit. So let's just first see that. If I enter 0, as you can see this has come out of the code. So but now I want to see other parts as well also. So without wasting much time, I'll go to again this. I'll just run this code again, and we have seen till sinusoidal function. So now I want to see exponentially rising function. So I'll enter 6, hit enter. It will go to the exponential rising part of the function, which is this one. And exponential is also basically an inbuilt function in MATLAB. I'll enter the values say from -2 to 7. So yeah, as you can see again a figure window is problem, and this we can see exponentially rising function for continuous and discrete time. Now let's go to the next, that is exponentially decaying function. By entering 7, it will go to the exponentially decaying function which I have written here. Exponential is again an inbuilt function. So and in this I'll take say the range from -5 to 5. Yeah, as you can see exponentially rising function is continuous time and discrete time. Now next let's see the impulse function. For impulse function I need to enter 8. So I enter 8. So it will go to the impulse function first. Impulse is basically 1 for 0, and for other remaining values it is 0. So let's go to impulse part. I have written the code over here. Let's take the input from -3 to 3, and again figure window should pop up, and in this we can see impulse function or continuous and discrete times is there. So now let's go to the next, that is the sawtooth function. For sawtooth I need to enter 9. It will ask me input for the values of t, and I want this from -7 to 5. So yeah, as you can see sawtooth function is plotted over here. Now let's see the next one, that is a square wave. For this I need to enter 10. If we enter 10, we can see there is x1. First we'll ask the values of time. The values of 10 I'll enter -10 and 10, and basically square function should pop. Okay, it is also asking the time period in this. So as you can see, first let this is square, and in this it is also asking us the time period. So from -10 to 10, let's say I want the time period to be 5. So once I hit enter, the figure window will open, in which you can see it's -10 to this is the time period, and you can see square waves or continuous time and discrete time is plotted. Now let's see the next one, that is the triangular waveform. For that I need to enter 11, hit enter, and then it will go to the basically triangular, this part of the function. I've written some code. First will ask for the input. Let us take the input as minus 15 to 15, and I want the time period to be 3. As you can see, triangular wave is from continuous and discrete time. Now the last one is the sinusoidal again, so I'll just enter for sinusoidal waveform, and in this actually the period is very less. So let's see, I'll take the values as minus 0 point some 0 point say 0.5 to 0.05. Yeah, as you can see, sine function is plotted for continuous time and discrete times here. Now let's go to next part of the experiment, that is experiment C part. Now in this, basically first we enter 3 waves, and then we need sum of these 3. So before that we need to exit this part of the code, and then now we need to run this one. So yeah, as you can see, first we'll ask the values of time for which we need the function to be. So I'll enter the time from say 0 to let's say 0.05. Yeah, as you can see, these are the 3 with frequencies of 100, 250 and 500, and this is basically the sum of all these 3 waves, which is this one. So yeah, we can even do this by can add, and we can also multiply waves in MATLAB by using this kind of code. So let's just see what comes over here. So I'll take again 0 to 0.05, and let's see what comes up. So yeah, as you can see, this is the first wave with a frequency of 125, and this is again second one with a frequency of 1000. And basically by multiplying these two waveforms, we get this kind of waveform. Yeah, and now let's see one another thing. I've also created an app version, which is some different part of GUI, which I've already done. So now let's just simply run this code. In this, basically we can select any file, like we can select any type of function, and once we hit enter, we can see that type of function plotted on the screen. Yeah. So yeah, let's select the function type. So let's select some random function type, that is maybe ramp function, and let's just hit enter. Once we hit enter, a figure window should pop up, and yeah, as you can see, ramp function is plotted over here. Now this can be done for anything. We can also do for some sawtooth. If we enter, we get a sawtooth function as well. Then if we want say rectangular pulse, just hit enter, and again a figure window will pop up in which we can see rectangular pulse. And yeah, similarly we can, let's see just one last one, that is maybe triangular waveform. And yeah, as you'll see, a window will pop up in this we can see triangular waveform. So yeah, basically we can use this GUI, which is basically very interactive and maybe very helpful when things get very complex. So yeah, that is it, and thanks a lot.